once again forces the turnover. Guess who's ahead? JJ with a touchdown.
And a great steal by JJ Alejandro. And goes all the way.
A hand in his face. Aroga with the rebound. There's the pitch ahead. Here's Alejandro for the touch.
Aroga, Mosqueda was wide open on the baseline.
Oh, what an effort. Diputado saving it for Alejandro for the layup.
And we're coming right at you. Chippy Twisters move.
Voila. Alejandro picks up the loose ball. Short stab is good.
Tie scoreboard. Tayo lamang because we're playing our game. Even 37
On the three, drives against the LaSalle defense. Now it's with Alejandro, little leaner. JJ gets.
Roga is trapped underneath, but Alejandro, Roga inside. Alejandro fly by. Throw gets away. Misses the layup. Another miss from Aroga. And finally, Alejandro will score.
Magpilitin ang laro and channel what they've been practicing all year long.
78 now would be refreshingly recharged. The steal by NU. Nice passing and Sinclair. Med Salim. 5 to shoot. Alejandro kicking it out. Mark Diputado. High arcing three.
Yeah, most definitely. And that's just the character, the style of these two teams too.
Salem gets a Copico 78 courtside report. Grab a Copico 78 now and be refreshingly recharged. Probably the toughest test that the still unbeaten. 9 seconds to shoot. JJ Alejandro leaves it for Aroga.
Beautiful. Under 7 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. JJ Alejandro. Salem for 3. Yes, sir!
Ang kanilang laro in order to get the score at a manageable distance. But Miko and Enzo, we cannot forget that these players also...
That picking up from where he left off from his 17-point outing. And here's Aroga.
Great pass. Here comes JJ, look away pass. Salim took his time.
And you doing a good job of tracking those cutters who going inside as Alejandro against Vigil. And bounce pass to Aroga. And a rebound for Alejandro over to Mosqueda. Mosqueda gets away.
Boom and Marco, what I've been seeing from the sidelines is Coach Alvin and the players such as Thomas Torres and Prince Rivero.
30 Ravenna, that offensive rebound, that drive to the basket and that dish off to a wide open Rafi Verano.
Aroga gets the jumper over to JJ. Asistio recovers on defense. They go cross court. Salem for 3. And Matt Salem, Batiller, dribbles into traffic, loses it. Nice no-look pass to Morrido off the glass. Morrido is...
Of course, is still their top priority, and being a spoiler is just an added bonus. Now, during the timeout earlier,
breaking that shooting slump from beyond the arc, knocking in his first 3 out of 8.
And to anticipate their opponent's tendencies, Eric and Marco.
Thank you, Pauline. Grab a Copico 78. Salem from the field here in the 4th. Salem open. Salem. Wow, put in. It's science. Really. As JJ. May lamang yung buhok.
As debut fires and score. All of the Falcons are in control once again completely.
Lito pa rin tong NU. They're a little bit less vocal.
Salem picking it up. They swing it back to JJ. JJ for 3. Yes!
NU versus UE as we enter the second quarter. Great play, John.
On their calendar since before the season started as
For NU, they missed a layup and they were beaten on a missed shot for a layup.
JJ cash.
Heads down. Dagdag pa ni debut na buti na lang nangyari sa atin to bago pa magsimula na nagsimula.
Drives. Show and go. Alejandro answers back into this game. Gallego. Alejandro, the pass from Gallego and Alejandro.
Were performing their defensive play really well. They were brimming with pride for the team.
But right now, his team actually starting out pretty well, except for that turnover by Aroga.
Drive of the quarter.
That's a sign of a veteran, Dave Morales, knowing that wala kang shot blocking presence, but
Enough to close out this game and execute properly here in the 4th quarter. Coach Eric Altamirano just...
2:16 remaining.
Big 3. Giving up an offensive rebound here to NU. Second serving. Alejandro will pull up for a jumper.
Respect and not give him that much room.
Relax na relax.
Oh, parang shooting.
JJ gets Unag. Alejandro, 17-footer. That's good.
Earlier in their last game, they were -3 guys. They still found a way to win.
Oh, Alejandro will use. No, he'll go away from the Salem screen. Tough shot by JJ. Gets 2 more.
In playing all throughout this game, Boom and Marco.
Thank you very much, Ira, for the Copico 70.
They have a fresh 14. Alejandro
finds a tiny opening. Alejandro drives.
The Blue Eagles are still controlling the tempo of this ball game. Nico, you mentioned earlier that
They're in close range.
And DJ, while Wendell is very capable of the quick release three. Nisi sobrang move. Two-man game, Alejandro and Aroga. JJ will take this. It over to JJ. JJ asking for the screen. JJ and Aroga. Alejandro, the floater, at 5. The rest of the team, only 7 of 28.
Look at that. Leading the ball earlier against Jose, now getting the rebounds.
JJ again.
Oh,
Melesio carried them in the first half.
Bala, who slips there. Great drive.
Classic, no? Inaliwa ni Vince. Di ba tayo pinapanak ng Coach Javi? You and me both. JJ drives left. Alejandro to the cup. Rev. Over to JJ. Single digits again on the shot clock. Alejandro gets away. 3:30 left. And you trying to avoid a 6th straight loss. JJ, 70 to 57. This one, though, makes it really difficult for NU to think of anything postseason related. Straight. Off the bank, JJ's NU will tip off at 12 noon. Separate ticket games as Ateneo and LaSalle will tip off at 4. But the telecast...
1 out of 6 from the field. That's the reason why we have a low-scoring ball game here. But JJ...
Debut, number 15. To the veteran, Alejandro. Alejandro with a drive. Yes! Announcing his entry to the game, making his presence felt with that nice long two. 8-time top move. Alejandro, look at this right here. McDonald's Buck Freeze, it's a replay. There's the foul by Jello Vito. Freeze, that intense action with the new Buck Freeze.
mates after huddles before they enter the court. That is the kind of leadership this co-captain has developed in his 4th year with
Si Mami Rosario Alejandro.
Check this out, nice pick and roll, good read by Alejandro on the defense. What angle they gave him, gets the bump.
Alejandro thought about the 3, goes up against Teng, bodies up, gets in the rest. Look at this JJ Alejandro move, thought about the 3. Teng dared him, then attacked, which forced a few turnovers early in the first half. 3-on-1, Alejandro will go all the way. 3-on-1 and Alejandro says, no way, I'm giving up this time. Tito is no good. Nice save by Salim. Alejandro faking. Alejandro down the middle. Floater is good. Sancos to keep it alive. There's the Alejandro move. Get closer to the basket. Like what Marco was.
Like Miami, it feel like NY. Summertime shy.